Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. This week starts week 2 of our Take Back Our Home challenge, and this week we're focusing entirely on closets. Day number 1, we're going to be starting in our master closet. Now, when I say the master closet, I mean your half of the master closet, which means if you share the space with a partner, you do not have permission to go through and purge their stuff. We have to be respectful in this process and understand that while we may be ready to purge and declutter and just get rid of everything that we don't need, maybe our partners aren't. Maybe they aren't there yet, and that's totally okay, but we do need to be mindful and respectful of their things. So, sorry guys, but you do not have the right to purge those concert t-shirts that may be yellowing around the neck or have holes in the armpits. I mean, not that I would do anything about that, but yeah, let's just stick to our items. When it comes to our items, feel free to be ruthless. Go through each and every single item in your closet and ask yourself, is this an item that I'm using? Much like we did last week when we were working in our kitchen. But I'd say go one step further. Studies show that we actually only use 20% of our wardrobe 80% of the time. So I'm sure that if you really sit down and go through your wardrobe and look at the items in your closet, you'll be able to figure out which items you're actually wearing and which items are just taking up space. If you're still debating on which items to keep and which items to get rid of, I suggest putting it to the shopping test. And that would be, if you were in the middle of a department store and looking at that particular item on the rack and the item was not on sale, would you pick it up? Would you spend your money right now to reintroduce it into your closet? If the answer is yes, then go ahead, keep it. Keep wearing it and keep looking fabulous in it. If the answer is no, then perhaps it's time to stick it in a donate pile, to pass it on to somebody else. Now, when speaking of getting items ready to have them donated, I strongly suggest that whatever container it is that you choose as a donate receptacle, it be something that can easily be transferred out of your house. Meaning, don't pick a cute container or don't pick a plastic container that you'll end up having to take to a recycling center and bring back to your home, but rather an item such as a cardboard box or even a trash bag or a grocery bag, just something that you can leave there and not even have to think about coming back home, because it's just one less step to have to think of when going through this process. On day 2 of our declutter challenge, we are going to tackle our children's closets, or if you don't have children, your guest closets. Me personally, I have 3 little kids, 2 of whom share 1 bedroom and 1 teeny tiny closet, so I need to make sure that I maximize my space there. How am I going to maximize my space? By making sure that my children only have the essentials and truly paring down to what they need. I can't begin to tell you what an eye-opener it was just this past weekend when I finished washing every last bit of laundry and all their clothes were clean and their clothes did not fit in their closet or in their dresser drawers. I know it can be really hard and really challenging when you only have a small space to work with, but it also is super helpful because it helps remind us that in lieu of going out to purchase all these really cute and pretty containers, and trust me, I am fully guilty of doing this myself, we need to realize that the space, the closet itself, is a container. And if we are maximizing or maxed out on the space the container, in this case the closet, can provide, then we really need to think about the items that are living in the closet and scale back to make sure that they fit. Now, much like we did in the master bedroom, if your children are older, say preteens or teenagers, please make sure to include them in this process so that you're not getting rid of an item that, again, maybe not be your favorite item, but it's something that they love. If you have younger children like I do, then feel free to just get rid of what you need to get rid of. Odds are they're not going to notice anyway. Day 3 of our challenge, we are going to tackle our linen closets. Now, by comparison to the size of our home, our linen closet is actually pretty big, which is a blessing and a curse. We're able to house more than just our linens in the space, which is great, but sometimes we keep an overabundance of items there as well. So again, we're going to go through, if you have towels or sheets or pillowcases, there may be some better days. Maybe it's time to either donate them or you know, if they're past salvaging or past donating to a thrift shop, maybe bagging them up and taking them over to a local animal rescue or humane society. They're always looking for items like that. Also, if you do house products that are not just linen in your linen closet, such as medication or extra health and beauty products, making sure to go through them and checking the labels to make sure that the items are not expired. I actually had an incident last year where I very confidently went to pull out a bottle of shampoo and used it in the shower, only to realize that that thing was no longer in its original state because it had been in there so long that it had separated. So go through your products, guys. Day 4 of our challenge has us tackling our front closets. Whether you live in an apartment or a house, most entryways have some kind of small closet or large closet where people house either coats or shoes. In my family's case, we house both, as well as backpacks. We actually use it as a mini mud closet of sorts, and as such, it can sometimes become a catch-all to things that don't belong there. So not only are we going to purge it of the items that should live in the space, making sure that coats we're keeping are coats that or items that still fit us, and shoes that still fit not only myself and my husband, but our children as well, but also making sure that any items that are found in the closet are items that live there. So for example, if I left a shopping bag or 2 or 3 of items that don't belong there, or if I just let it become a halfway home, I'm going to deal with those items and return them to their prospective homes if they're in a house. If they don't have a home, much like last week when we were in the kitchen, the tough decisions need to be made. Either I'm going to find and take time to find a place for that item to live in my home, or I'm going to stick it in my donate box to get it out of my home and move it on to somewhere else. And on day 5, we're going to tackle a space that I'm not sure if it's technically a closet, but we're going to pretend that it is, and that is our pantries. Yep, we're going to double back to our kitchen, which is where most pantries are found, and much like we've been doing in all of our other spaces this week, we're going to go through it with a fine-tooth comb and get rid of any items that are either open and stale, old or expired, or quite frankly items that maybe you bought a couple of and you opened one and you realized you didn't like it. Stick those in a special pile to donate to your local food pantry, or maybe your local church has a pantry. Wherever it is that you can find a home for it, maybe even offer it up to friends or family. But just if you're not using it, get it out of your home. Get the trash out of your pantry so that when you go to reach for an item in your pantry, you're not moving lots of things around, and you're able to succinctly find the item that you're looking for and use it. Also, and it should go without saying that when we're in each of these spaces, whether it be a master closet, kids closet, your linen closet, your front closet, or your pantry, you're taking time again to maintain the things that we are keeping. So wiping down any shelves in your closet, sweeping up floor space, wiping down shelves in your pantry, just to make sure that the space that you're living in is not only thinned out, but nice and clean and hygienic as well. And that's it. That's it for this week. If you don't already, please make sure to head on over to Instagram and follow me there at Simply Lancaster. I post daily updates as to how I myself am going through this declutter and purging challenge, and I absolutely love seeing you guys go on there and tag me and share with me how you guys are taking your particular journey throughout this declutter challenge. So that's it for this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!